All right, folks, in South Africa, they used to have these things called passbooks. And so somebody white could walk up to you, cop or anybody, and they say, show me your papers. And you literally had to pull your book out to show them who you were. Seems as there's some white folks in America who still want that to be the case, where they demand black people prove that they live there. Now, the white folks ain't got to prove nothing. They ain't got to show no papers, but the black folks do. Dayson Barnes and his partner recently moved to Seattle. While standing in his yard, Dayson Barnes was approached by a white woman who accused him of being a criminal, and she demanded to see his lease to prove he lived in the home. And y'all, then she called the cops. Roll it.
I'm dumb as fuck.
That's irrelevant. That's not why I called.
Where your husband at?
Babe, reporter, but don't interact with her.
If you guys have a lease, I'd just like to see the lease.
No, ma'am.
You have no business in
For
my
real.
personal documents.
At all.
They're like in their 30s.
Yes.
It's just a medium weight. They're.
The fuck we got to steal something for?
Babe,
What's that?
do not
What do we need?
interact with her.
Get your...
Okay. It looks like there's been a misunderstanding. So, apparently, there's been a misunderstanding. When I was driving by, I saw an individual behind the house, and so I stopped. And
Profiling.
And all the windows are closed, and it looks...
It's hot as fuck. The sun is beaming.
On. And so I'm like shocked, and I'm like, okay. And so then I back up, and then I see an individual crouched again, and I'm like, hi, like, what are you doing at my neighbor's house? And then...
And I greeted you, didn't I?
What's that?
And I greeted you, didn't I?
So that's when I called 911, because I'm like, okay, like, this isn't my neighbor. He said that he has a lease, and now he's got his phone and he's recording me, so, okay. Yeah, cops are here. No. No, and the cops are here.
You did all this for somebody that lives here and pays rent here.
Yeah.
Grown ass motherfucking man.
Okay.
You driving your car down the street. What's up?
So, I guess this woman was harassing my partner here.
Oh, please.
No.
Literally called the cops on the place where we live because
Come on,
a
bro.
black man walking the house.
Come on, bro.
Oh my gosh, this has nothing to do with race.
We can stand right here, bro. To be honest, this is my house.
Okay, I just want him to separate from her so we can talk.
He's on our side.
Without her yelling at us. That's good. Okay, so what's going on?
I guess she doesn't believe that we live here. We moved here 3 weeks ago.
About 3 weeks ago.
Annette Williamson, Randy Williamson are the property owners. We have a lease.
Alright.
It's a really weird issue to have.
I was standing behind my house, right here. She pulls up, she stops.
Okay.
What do you need? I wave, and she pulled off. I heard her car still humming right here. She got a fucking Hemi in that bitch. I heard her car still humming, so I went inside, and I came outside. And she asked me what I was doing here. I said, I live here. I walked back outside because I peeped through the window and I seen her right here. So I walked back outside and I asked her, did she need something? And she said, yes, I do. What are you doing behind my neighbor's house? I said, I live here.
These neighbors?
I don't know but whoever she's talking about. She said whoever live here got 2 kids, and they don't. We live here.
Alright.
Excuse me.
You guys all moved in or just starting to move in?
All our stuff's in the garage. Some of it's in the house.
Okay. Alright.
But
Alright.
I have landlord's number, lease.
Neither one of you have your ID on you just so I can write your name down.
For what, though?
Huh?
For what, though?
So I know who I contacted. I don't care which one of you. Just one of you.
Hey, get the dog. Get the dog.
Okay, Dayson Barnes joins us now from Seattle, Washington. Glad to have you on the show. First question, is your partner black or white?
He's white.
Okay. So she didn't question him, she questioned you.
Yeah, she questioned me initially because initially she had saw me in the back of the house. I was sitting there writing, and she pulled up in front of my house, and I casually greeted her as a neighbor should do, or I thought that was right, and she waved back at me and she kept on going. So I thought it was over. I thought it was just a neighbor being a neighbor. And as soon as I get into my house, I see her reverse her car, and so I peek through my window and she's there, and so I walk back outside, and like I said in the video, do you need something? You're not supposed to be here. What do you need? Let me know. And that's what she demanded, my papers. And my partner, yes, he is white. And she seemed shocked when I went inside to grab my white partner out.
Well, see, that was my whole point. So first of all, how long had y'all been in the home?
About 3 weeks.
About 3 weeks.
Yes,
but this was the first time she saw you.
Right. I assume everybody, my landlord made sure to let our neighbors know that we had moved in. And we had a U-Haul parked out in front. How could you not see us? And especially if you say you were friends with these neighbors, as you say, as tight as you say you were with them, you should have known they had moved out. You could have gave them a call or whatever the point may be, or whatever you had to do.
So you're in your front yard, just minding your business.
Yeah, and at first I was in my backyard when I first saw her. Yeah, I was writing to pass some time.
So you just chilling in the backyard, writing.
Yep.
And she sees a black dude in the backyard. Well, who the hell is that?
Right.
And then she decides to pull up in the front to begin to interrogate.
Yeah. Right. Trying to get some information out of me. And I don't owe you a lick of information.
Now, here's what I don't understand. So she calls the cops.
Mm-hmm.
The cops come, and again, here's what I noticed, and it just be reality. Yeah, he's your partner, but he's also white. You're black.
Right.
Cop asked for the ID. Your partner was fine. You like, whoa. Why in the hell I got to show ID?
Right. I don't have to help you with your investigation. All you need to know is that I live here, and that should be the end of it. Now you have to go investigate further. I don't have to show you a lease. I don't have to show you anything.
Does your white partner now understand the distinction between y'all two? That yes, I know he was trying to cooperate, but the point you're making, I am not required by any law to prove to a cop that I live here. I ain't got to show you a damn thing.
Not at all. Not at all.
Does he understand what happened here?
Yeah, he does understand. He definitely does. Definitely does.
So the police. So what happened after the police asked for the ID?
So I went inside of my house to get out my ID just to speed everything along, because I really wanted these folks off my property now. Like I ran here. I'm a taxpayer. I go to work every day. I work with people with IDD. So I just went in and got my ID, and I came back out, and he said, "Thank you, Dayson. Have a good day." And I don't think they handled that in the right course of action, the right manner, I would say, because there's no recourse for us now. Because now going back, they did not file a police report. So now that me and my partner went back to see a police report, we can't file anything. So now we have no recourse of action in case this lady decides to do something again. And that's what I'm most worried about.
This is, we've had other stories like this. And what gets me is she really, again, this is where whiteness comes in. She really believed that she had the authority to demand of you to show her something, to prove to her that you were legitimate.
Right, for sure. And that's not what I'm going to do. And then again, on that same standpoint, I'm not going to allow you to weaponize the police against me. Like, I'm not going to allow you to call these cops and then you have no consequences. You feel like you're privileged enough to do that, and then to get away with all these false accusations and false claims that you have been doing. And I that's what I'm here for, and that's what I'm trying to stand for. There needs to be consequences for these actions, period.
Have y'all had a conversation with that officer's commander or police chief to say, and how did that go?
We are actually in the process of doing that. I'm thinking of taking a small civil claim in court, and then I wanted to take another claim on the King County Sheriff's Department. And so we are in the process of gathering all this information and putting it together. I'm working with a friend this weekend who works for BIPOC, which is Black Indigenous People of Color. He works with their organization. I'm working with him to go to further action, see what we can do to pursue further action.
When did this actually take place?
August 3rd. At 11:30.
Has there been any conversation with her since then?
No apology, no nothing. And there was a post released on Instagram, and she stated that she would do it again. She felt that she was in the right. And we did news. We did a news interview with Cairo 7, and she has stated that she had apologized to her sponsors, but she has yet to apologize to me or my partner.
Wow.
So there has been no conversation.
Wow. How have you been received by the other neighbors? Is she the only neighbor who has demanded to see your papers?
She is the only neighbor that has demanded to see my papers. I had my neighbor. I'm not going to release his name, but I had my neighbor come out across the street, a white man, and he came out and introduced himself, and the neighbors across the way, their Asian family, they introduced themselves. Everybody's been nice and genuine to us. Nobody's been disingenuous except her. Except this one nosy ass white woman. Exactly. Exactly. Except this nosy white woman. Wow, that there is indeed incredible. So you said you may be pursuing action against in this. Go ahead. We're definitely pursuing like a small civil claim against her, and for the Karen Act. I forget the numbers that go with it, but for the Karen Act that did take place June 11th of this year. And here in Washington, so we would definitely be taking some action because a state law was passed there specifically to deal with stuff like this. Exactly. All right. Well, Dayson Barnes, let us know what happens. All right, I will do, Mr. Roland. I got your contact information. I'm gonna definitely hit you up. All right, brother. I appreciate you joining us. Thanks a lot. Yes, sir, brother. Thank you. All right, Greg. I'll start with you. Again, we have done numerous examples of this story. I mean, example after example after example, where the white folks in this country, they just flat out, hey, they got the absolute right to question black folks about anything. I mean, damn it, we can't sell lemonade, we can't barbecue in the park. I mean, we have all of these segments, crazy ass white people, and of course, you know, I got these advertisers out here who are like, oh, here's a segment called Crazy Ass White People. Yeah, here's why. I mean, this is the stuff that black people face, other folks don't face. And Dayson's, his white partner now realizes your man black, but he black.
Right. And in that instance, he might have saved his life. I mean, that first case, that case at the water park, I mean, again, just thinking about something you said, Reese, and also Erica, and particularly since your son's a lifeguard, you know, that white girl that don't give two Fs, I embrace you too. I do. Because I would never let anyone I love, much less myself, be anywhere near any water where you were a lifeguard because you don't give a damn about my life and you wouldn't save my life. And so one of the things that ties these two stories together, again, tonight, the word impunity, is they act with impunity. And just like that punk ass cop had his thumbs in his vests out there in Missouri and said, I've been here all day. Honestly, I don't know. And then move black bodies around. Now, all y'all not coming over here, but you can talk over here. These two sheriffs pull up, punk ass cops, and they decide that, who are they there for? They're there for her. You come walking your ass up in the driveway asking to see, or you're moving boxes in. The only reason he was talking even halfway that civilly is because the brother's white beard is standing there. If it had been two black men standing there, it might have been, as they started raising their voice, because I don't know whether it was his white partner or the white cop when he was talking said, hey, come on. In other words, hey, you don't need to talk to him like that. If it was his white partner, in terms of the white cop, it may mean you don't need to talk to me like that. Meaning what? Impunity. You people are illegal. Blacks, there's nothing you can do to ever be legal in my worldview. And of course, two cop cars pull up. And yeah, that Karen Act, I think it was Senate Bill 5135 back in February, they introduced it. It passed the Senate, passed the House in Washington, signing the law that Karen and Ken law. I prefer to call these white women Miss Anns. Let's just take it right back to the plantation. The whole idea is that they can go to civil court and win $250. That ain't no money. And guess what? If they pay, say, I'm a taxpayer, you suing yourself because the settlement coming out of your taxes. Now, punitive, finally, I'll end with this. What can we do? The first thing, these young people have particularly gotten it right. The minute these white people show up, roll that beautiful beam footage. Start taping. Live stream if you can. And when you sue them, let's get some personal lawsuits. Don't be taking money out your own pocket to pay yourself. The civil suit, because that Ken and Karen law also has a punitive dimension. Break her. I was kind of hoping maybe she had a husband or a man who lived in the house, because the first thing he said was, "Where's your husband?" And I'm thinking, well, did she live with somebody, or was that just a, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Sue the shit out of her, leave her naked outdoors with nowhere to go, and maybe she moved to a state like the place I was born, Tennessee, to just pass a law to criminalize homelessness. Maybe her ass can go to jail for being alive, which is basically what we've been doing since they brought us here.
I mean, this, Erica, is precisely why I dropped white fear. I mean, this is, again, how the browning of America is making white folks lose their mind. And that's what it is. Basically, their example after example, how dare you live here? No, I think you're a criminal. Show me your papers. I mean, we've seen numerous examples of this, and this is the kind of stuff. Absolutely. So what do these white women do? They call the cops. Well, hell, we already know what happens when cops roll up. That was another, remember the video we showed where the brother, and matter of fact, I think his roommate was white. The brother was just cleaning up. He was picking up trash in the front yard. Man, the cops rolled up. That brother could have got shot. Because somebody dared, he don't live here. He looks suspicious. And he was picking up trash in his own front yard.
It's rinse and repeat, Roland. And if anybody hasn't pre-ordered that book or Reese's book, you need to go ahead and do that today. I've done both. But rinse and repeat. And then here's the other piece. And this goes to the story that we just covered a few moments ago. Now we have to also tie this to the health implications for Black people. So it's not only that, and these are not microaggressions, these are acts of intentional harm that have the capacity to be lethal. So now we're talking about poor health outcomes for Black people. We're talking about increased propensity to depression, anxiety. Now we're talking about stress that's been induced. Now we're also talking about heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and then you also enter comma, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now you're taking years off of Black life, and it starts very early because of the audacity of the Carol Bryant type that continues to exist in these worlds. So these are things that, like you said, Dr. Carr said a moment ago, take your cameras out. Make sure that you continue to light these people up. Because the other part of the audacity is that she said that she would do it again. She said that she would do it again. That is a captured comment that he mentioned on social media. She said that she would do it again. And Reese has talked about this in commentary previously. Sue them. Become more litigious. Dr. Carr just laid out, not only with the Ken and the Karen Act, but to go after their personal property. Everybody should have that kind of insurance coverage. But go after them. Make them remember it. Make them think about it. And then maybe they will think twice before they cause intentional harm to a Black body. To
that particular point there, Reese, that is a great point that Erica makes, because this is the stress that Black people have to endure. And I often say, white folks, it must feel great to be able to roll through life, and you're not sitting here worried about someone saying something stupid. You're not worried about going to Bible study at a Black church and somebody white rolling in and blowing you away. You get to shop. Don't worry about getting followed just because of your skin color. It's great for you to get to deposit money in a bank, and then folk ain't wonder whether you're trying to rob the bank. I mean, these are realities of being Black in America in the 21st century.
Absolutely. And, I said to somebody, reposted a clip from a while ago, white people, mind your damn motherfucking business, especially you, bitch, up there in Seattle. Here's the thing that tripped me the fuck out. If I think somebody is robbing a place, I'm going to get as far the hell away from that place as possible. I'm not going to be sitting up there in whatever the little red car she has, one leg out the window, talking all casually and shit on the phone. I'm not putting myself in danger like that. So that's how I know she's full of shit, and she just decided that she was going to get her rocks off fucking with a black man because she ain't got shit better to do. That's why I am absolutely 100% for slapping bitches when they need to be slapped. So I would have had to make a decision in that case. I know the cops are on their way. So am I going to keep it cool and be, or am I going to wild the fuck out and then get a wrongful arrest situation? Now, if I get a wrongful arrest situation, this becomes a bigger story. Maybe I can get more money in that punitive damages. But then again, I could also end up dead or dead in jail. So there is the mental decision making we have to make in that process, like Erica said, which is traumatizing in and of itself. So it's really a no-win situation. I don't have the restraint to not completely violate homegirl in my yard, telling me, demanding that I show her shit, which I don't have to do. It would not have been a comfortable situation for her. So that's part of the problem. She felt very comfortable, very powerful in that stance. She wasn't shifty. She wasn't, oh, stay back. Oh, don't come up over here. No, she felt a little bit too comfortable for my taste. So I'm for recording, but before you record, cuss these motherfuckers out. Get all of the bitches, everything, every situation you can have, and every kind of slur out, and then you hear recording and be like, I don't know what's happening. You switch it up. And then it ain't on tape. That part ain't on tape. Make sure you get all your licks in, and then you put the record button, and then you go on ahead. And, I'm just an upstanding black citizen. Oh no, she's racist. I would never. That's what you have to do, but you got to start making these people more comfortable. And to the white boy boyfriend, where the hell was you at? If I'm with a white man, which I'm not, my husband is black.
That's right.
The least you can do is take your motherfucking ass outside and deal with your sister and your brother. I should be up in the house kicking and drinking lemonade, and you can deal with your white kin. Okay, you can show the cops your ID, and I'm gonna be up in the house because they ain't rolling up on you the same way they're rolling up on me. So to Dayson, I appreciate him. If I were him, I would get on script. I cannot sleep. I have anxiety. I haven't been able to eat. I had to go to therapy. Start your script, brother man. So that when you do sue this bitch, you can get more coin. Okay? Don't sit up here and kiki. I know it is a little bit of kiki, but don't do that. Get on scripts. You can get as much coin because $250 is not enough. And the bitch had the nerve, the audacity to say she would do it again. That's the problem. These Karens are terrorists, just like Beyonce said. But they're gonna run up on the wrong one because they know. My husband says it. Monkey know which tree to climb, and these monkey ass Karens know who to try with and who not to try with. But make sure the next time it ain't as comfortable as it was this time.
All right, folks. Going to a break. We come back. All right, folks. Back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
When we invest in ourselves, our glow, our vision, our vibe, we all shine. Together, we are black beyond measure.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
Oh, no punches!
I'm real revolutionary right now.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
Thank you for being the voice of Black America, Roland.
Stay black. I love y'all.
All momentum we have now, we have to keep this going.
The video looks phenomenal.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and black-owned media and something like CNN.
You can't be black-owned media and be scared.
It's time to be smart.
Bring your eyeballs home.
You dig?